because their son died of cancer. They were Bible freaks. Their son died of cancer, so they went the opposite. And this is, it makes people lose their faith. It turns people into demons like you.
So they won.
She told Jackman that. And Jackman was a real asshole monster. He was never even let the guy talk. He would never wait for an answer. He was so terrible at getting answers out of the guy, you know? It was just really, I was like, this guy's an asshole. Yeah, and then sure enough, the whole moral of the story was he was an asshole.
Yeah.
But the kids got saved.
Go back to asshole's house.
Well, asshole wasn't there, he's locked in a hole.
They put asshole in a hole?
Yeah, they put Jackman in the hole. The lady did.
Oh. The end of him?
No, he blew a whistle and Gyllenhaal heard the whistle.
Oh, he was in the hole?
Fade to black. Girls were safe. They were safe already.
Oh, the girls were in the hole.
Yeah, I was very confused.
Dad misspoke. And I guess he thought we saw the movie before, but I didn't see the ending.
I had never seen the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's cool. The girls whistling and
No, the girl had a whistle, but
Did he
well, Gyllenhaal, when he comes out of the hospital, he shoots the lady and saves the girl, and the lady was injecting the girl with poison. And then he's in the hospital. He says, "I see you got your whistle back." And the mom says, "No, she didn't get her whistle back. We had to buy her a new one. We don't know what happened to her original whistle."
Oh.
So then when he hears the whistle, that the girl had a whistle, he hears the whistle. It was Jackman at the bottom of the hole with a shot leg after 3 days and, in the freezing cold weather.
Was this the same hole that the girls were in?
The girls had been in the hole. They were moved around.
Okay.
I really
So that's
didn't.
how the
I
whistle
fell
was
asleep
left.
in the
That's why the whistle was left, exactly.
That's what happens in movies. It's like in the editing technique, it's like they make it so that like it's bland, 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 and like if you don't stay awake, you don't get to the point that it'll make you stay awake because it's so interesting. And that's what happened.
That's
Like,
what I felt about Shutter Island. The first time I saw it, I was like, this is really bad, and I was like, wait a minute, what?
I love Shutter Island.
Shutter Island's
It's a
really
complete
nice.
homage to Shock Corridor
Hello.
by Samuel Fuller.
Hey, we're in Houston, city limits. She says avoid Buffalo Speedwagon.
Okay. The man's no good.
The what's no?
The man's no good.
Oh. What way are we going, Mom?
I used to do Westheimer.
She said Westheimer.
Does she want to meet us somewhere so we can avoid her work?
Here. She has like directions.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. Is that better? It's upside down. I'm driving. So what's up? No, still on 10 by the Rudy's.
and saw Mohammedan angels staggering on tenement roofs illuminated.
Points.
How
My apologies.
for Carl Solomon. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, starving, hysterical, naked, dragging themselves through the Negro streets at dawn looking for an angry fix. Angel-headed hipsters burning for the ancient heavenly connection to the starry dynamo in the machinery of night. Poverty and tatters and hollow-eyed and high sat up smoking in the supernatural darkness of cold water flats, floating across the tops of cities, contemplating jazz. Who bared their brains to heaven under the L and saw Mohammedan angels staggering on tenement roofs illuminated. Who passed through universities with radiant, cool eyes, hallucinating Arkansas and Blake light tragedy among the scholars of war, who were expelled from the academies for crazy and publishing obscene odes on the windows of the skull, who cowered in unshaven rooms in underwear, burning their money in wastebaskets and listening to the terror through the wall, who got busted in their pubic beards returning through Laredo with a belt of marijuana for New York, who ate fire and paint hotels or drank turpentine in Paradise Alley, death, or purgatoried their torsos night after night with dreams, with drugs, with waking nightmares, alcohol and cock and endless balls, incomparable blind streets of shuddering cloud and lightning in the mind leaping toward poles of Canada and Patterson, illuminating all the motionless world of time between. Peyote solidities of halls, backyard green trees, cemetery dawns, wine drunkenness over the rooftops, storefront boroughs of tea-head, joyride, neon, blinking traffic light, sun and moon and tree vibrations in the roaring winter dusks of Brooklyn, ashcan rantings and kind king light of mind, who chained themselves to subways for the endless ride from Battery to Holy Bronx on Benzedrine, until the noise of wheels and children brought them down, shuddering, mouth racked and battered, blink of brain, all drained of brilliance into drear light of zoo, who sank all night in submarine light of Bickfords, floated out and sat for the stale beer afternoon in desolate fugazis, listening to the crack of doom on the hydrogen jukebox, who talked continuously 70 hours from park to pad to bar to Bellevue to museum to the Brooklyn Bridge, a lost battalion of platonic conversationalists jumping down the stoops, off fire escapes, off windowsills, off Empire State, out of the moon. Yakety-yakking, screaming, vomiting, whispering facts and memories and anecdotes and eyeball kicks and shocks of hospitals and jails and wars. Whole intellects disgorged in total recall for 7 days and nights with brilliant eyes. Meat for the synagogue cast on the pavement, who vanished into nowhere.
I can join Books on Tape Club and download books, and we could listen.
Suffering Eastern sweats and Tangerine.
You didn't know? I fucking collect audiobooks. I'm the fucking king of that
You
shit.
got one we can listen to?
Oh, no.
Around at midnight in the railroad yard. Wondering where to go.
Dad, there's an app.
Leaving no broken hearts. Who lit cigarettes in boxcars.
I'm not sure the exact name of it is, but just type in audiobook and it's like a bunch of free audiobooks.
Grandfather
Or you
night.
can go to Kindle, like I bought some, like with the words with reading the other night,
John of
the
the
Last
Cross, the
Suppers of
Book of the
Famous
Dead,
People, that was like
telepathy
99
and Bach
cents.
Kabbalah, because
That's an
the
audiobook,
cosmos
Mom?
instinctively
No, but you could have bought it as an
vibrated
audiobook.
in Kansas.
Yeah, bought it from Kindle.
Loaned it through the streets of
Hey, can I have
Idaho,
something
seeking
to drink?
visionary Indian angels. Where visionary Indian angels?
No, I'm just like
Who thought they were
looking
only
for
mad.
something to drink.
Carl Solomon murdered all. He was a lawyer who murdered all his secretaries.
Wait, what?
Is he?
On the impulse of winter,
Look it
midnight,
up.
street lights, small town, rain. lounged hungry and lonesome through Houston seeking jazz or sex or silk.
Hey, Houston seeking
And
jazz.
brilliant Spaniards to converse about America and eternity.
Then he called Anthony Cassera.
And so took ship to Africa, who disappeared into the volcanoes of Mexico, leaving behind nothing but the shadow of dungarees and the lava and ash of poetry scattered in fireplace Chicago, who reappeared on the West Coast investigating the FBI and beards and
Carl Sullivan. What happened to my owl?
Chill, dude.
pacifist eyes, sexy in their dark skin, passing out incomprehensible leaflets. Burned cigarette holes in their arms, protesting the narcotic tobacco haze of capitalism.
You're on my side.
Who distributed super communist pamphlets in Union Square, weeping and undressing while the sirens of Los Alamos wailed them down, and wailed down Wall, and the Staten Island ferry also wailed. Who broke down crying in white gymnasiums, naked and trembling before the machinery of other skeletons. Who bit detectives in the neck and shrieked with delight in police cars for committing no crime but their own wild cooking, pederasty, and intoxication. Who howled on their knees in the subway and were dragged off the roof, waving genitals and manuscripts.
So what are we
Who
thinking
let
for
themselves
dinner?
be fucked in the ass by saintly
worry about
motorcyclists and screamed with joy. Who blew and were blown by those human seraphim, the sailors, caresses of Atlantic and Caribbean love, who bawled in the morning and the evenings in rose gardens and the grass of public parks and cemeteries, scattering their semen freely to whomever come who may. Who hiccuped endlessly trying to giggle but wound up with a sob behind a partition in a Turkish bath when the blonde and naked angel came to pierce them with a sword. Who lost their love boys to the three old shrews of fate, the one-eyed shrew of the heterosexual dollar, the one-eyed shrew that winks out of the womb, and the one-eyed shrew that does nothing but sit on her ass and snip the intellectual golden threads of the craftsman's loom. Who copulated as ecstatic and insatiate with a bottle of beer, a sweetheart, a package of cigarettes, a candle, and fell off the bed, and continued along the floor and down the hall, and ended fainting on the wall with a vision of ultimate cunt and cum eluding the last chism of consciousness. Who sweetened the snatches of a million girls trembling in the sunset and were red-eyed in the morning, but prepared to sweeten the snatch of the sunrise, flashing buttocks under barns and naked in the lake. Who went out whoring through Colorado in myriad stolen night.
You have such a crush on Ross. It's like, it's okay, Catholic.
Hero of these poems, joy to the memory of his innumerable
This is nothing
days
like
of
his song.
girls and empty
The fact that you thought of him because of this is like,
Almost there. Where? Oh, they're all over. But the one we would stop at? Is it a gas station?
And especially secret gas station solipsism in the jobs.
Solipsism.
Alleyways, too.
That's what's cool about the Breathlink freestyle.
I'm better than this shit. Dude, you guys don't even know. Like, I'm such a better fucking beat poet than these beat poets.
You know who's a beat poet? Zappa.
Yeah, but he actually takes a lot of his lyrics from other places.
That's the whole point of freestyle.
I mean, true. But I'm much more conceptual. I mean, I far be these people, even at my young age.
On the apartment cliff banks of the Hudson under the wartime blue floodlight of the
You know, the
moon.
Forerunner's kind of
Their
nice. It's
head
big.
shall be crowned with
I like the
It's high demand.
It's expensive, right?
Yeah.
Imagination.
I wonder how it compares to my
the
Pilot.
crab at the muddy bottom of the rivers of
Smaller than your
Bowery.
Pilot.
The Pilot's
Wept
good.
the
I mean, it's
romance of the
cheap.
streets
It's
with their
8-seater.
It's not that cheap. It's like $29,000.
Sat in boxes, breathing
But I mean, it was
Did
great.
we get a good lease on
and
it?
rose
Yeah.
up to build harpsichords in their lofts, who coughed on the 6th floor of Harlem, crowned with flame under the tubercular sky, surrounded by orange crates of theology, who screamed scribbled all night, rocking and rolling over lofty incantations, which in the yellow morning were stanzas of gibberish. Who cooked rotten animals' lung, heart, feet, tail, borscht and tortillas, drink.
That megabus looks like it's about to tip over.
I never want to ride a megabus again. But you know what? I always feel like I'm so safe. I hate flying airplanes. I've got an anxiety disorder, for sure. Like, I have, like, a huge fear of riding airplanes. Like, I may never ride an airplane again. I don't know, maybe I'm a prophet. I am a prophet about a lot of things. Like, I'm thinking...
You're overwhelmed by high anxiety these past few months. It's suffocating you.
God. It's just like it's kind of getting sad when you're like robbing everyone's house right now. And stop filming me. Sue your ass.
You want her to wait outside?
Stop filming me.
Tell me everything.
I should have here for me one more
Yeah,
time.
we're not really in 610 yet.
The ghostly days of
What do you want the plan to be?
alleyways and fire trucks, not even country beer. Sang out of the windows of the square, fell out of the subway, jumped in the filthy passaic.
What the fuck?
Negroes
I can't
cried
get in.
all over
Can
the
we get
street.
into the garage?
Yeah,
Can we park in the
tell
garage?
us. No, we're just gonna walk
Well, Francis, why don't we just call you when we're like on Westheimer? You come downstairs and jump in the car, and we'll go off. Off we go. Okay? All right. Bye.
Barreled down the highway.
Can I sell this? Can I sell this to the fucking Houston?
Because there's a car going like super fast and
Jazz incarnation who drove cross country 72 hours
You wanna
to
speed?
find out if I had a vision or you had a vision or he had a vision to find out eternity, who journeyed to Denver, who died in Denver, who came back to Denver and waited in vain, who watched over Denver and brooded and roamed in Denver and finally went away to find out the time, and now Denver is
God, can we get out of this?
You know what a hypocrite Louis is? He's always like telling you, do this, do that about driving. Remember that time he attacked you while you were driving? He's a fucking
well,
psycho.
his shit
Have you seen his driving?
Why is it raining stones?
Yeah, this is kind of
His
outrageous.
shit causes a lot more
Problem.
problems to be pretty much gonna happen.
Because it's not about anything other than his own self.
What are you doing?
Medical examiner.
Who retired to Mexico to cultivate a habit, or Rocky Mount to tender Buddha.
Well, have you seen his driving? He's such a hypocrite.
You know who's a hypocrite?
Fucking
Fucking Houston roads? What is
I
this?
wonder why there's so many rocks.
The storm mom member?
Yeah, but it's not windy right now. The trees are completely still.
Well, no, but there's like
They stirred
sediment.
it up, I think. Or there was a
Sediment
pad.
Maybe, yeah, maybe like these are the particles that are heavier than a lot of particles, and so you need more of a burst of speed to get them off the ground. Like if you think about it, a car going faster stirs up bigger particles.
Yeah, but I've never experienced this much shit coming out my way.
Ping pong and amnesia. Oh, and humorless protest.
I think it's because there was just a big
Somebody had
storm.
shit in their car and some truck came through with all this debris,
Right.
gravel and
Right.
bullshit,
Fucked up my life.
bouncing with bad shocks.
That's nice.
Do you know that the area around your nose, if you get acne there, it's because of hormones?
No. You know that MRSA is has a nasty, as my doctor says, has a nasty habit of getting right here.
What's MRSA?
Staph.
Well, I don't know if you've ever met me, but I'm pretty sure it's hormonal.
Aww. No, it's probably staph. It's okay. Me and the pharmacist had a one-on-one with like, oh yeah, we just staph.
We need that staff stuff on you.
Nah.
She says
Nah.
that FYI that the door is, the garage is propped open because of workmen who are providing a wonderful decoy. Let's just grab her and go. I don't want to fucking walk through.
What's a decoy?
Resting briefly in Catatonia, returning years later truly bald, except for a wig of blood and tears and fingers, to the visible doom of the war to the mad towns of the east, pilgrim states, rocklands and gray stones fetid halls, bickering with echoes of the soul, rocking and rolling in the midnight solitude benched dolmen realms of love, dream of life a nightmare, bodies turned to stone as heavy as the moon, with mother finally asterisked, and the last fantastic book flung out of the tenement window, and the last door closed at 4 a.m., and the last telephone slammed at the wall in reply, and the last furnished room emptied down to the last piece of mental furniture, a yellow paper rose twisted on a wire hanger in the closet, and even that imaginary, nothing but a hopeful little bit of hallucination. Carl, while you're
Is it
not
still
safe,
St. Paula?
I am not safe. And now
Kathleen, you don't have this memorized?
Animal soup of time. And who, therefore, ran through the icy streets obsessed with the sudden flash of the alchemy of the use of the ellipse, the catalog, the meter, and the vibrating plane, who dreamt and made incarnate gaps in time and space
I told you.
through images
Kathleen,
juxtaposed.
Kathleen.
And trapped the
It's more and
archangel
more
of the
your
soul
fault now.
between two
Zip it.
visual images.
It's not.
Enjoying
Zip
the
it.
elemental verbs and set the noun and dash of consciousness
getting really
together,
angry really
jumping with
fast.
And it's
sensation.
bullshit. Zip.
You were just saying you have hormone problems.
To recreate the
You wrote the
syntax and
problem.
measure of poor human
You
verbs.
just said
He's
that.
retarded,
Before
brain
you
dad.
speechless
You need
and
to stop
intelligent
reacting.
and
Would you
shaking
fucking take
with
a dead
shame,
fucking retarded
rejected,
dog?
yet confessing
Let
out
him
the
be,
soul
Kathleen.
to
That's
conform
true.
to the rhythm of
He's
thought in his
fucking
naked and
lost his
handless
mind.
head.
Exactly.
You can't pick on him.
You need to read Psychology Today. They have a great article about crazy
They
people.
learn to shut the fuck up.
Putting down here what might be left to
Titus
say
has
in
learned to
time
shut up. You
after
can learn to
death.
shut up.
And
Paul Dano
Rose
learned to shut up.
reincarnated
Paul
the
Dano learned to
ghostly
shut up.
clothes of jazz in the gold
he
horn
was abducted
shadow of
as
the
a child.
band. And blew
By
the
these people.
suffering of America's naked mind for love into an
Paul Dano
is the guy from
He's the guy from There Will Be Blood that got his ass beat, had his head bashed in by a crazy old dude like Daniel Day-Lewis. He learned to shut up real quick.
Mentally ill people learn to shut up, or they get
Sphinx of
institutionalized.
cement and aluminum
Survival.
bashed open
Yeah.
their skulls,
Taita-
ate up their
Lucky Ta-
brains
Taita has
and
They
lived-
have him in a
imagination,
rubber room with against her will because she didn't shut up
solitude,
about
filth,
15 years ago.
ugliness, ash cans and
Now she's
unobtainable
learned to shut the
dollars,
fuck up.
children screaming under stairways,
She kind of has.
boys sobbing in armies, old men weeping in the parks. Moloch, Moloch, nightmare of Moloch, Moloch the loveless, mental Moloch, Moloch the heavy judger of men, Moloch the incomprehensible prison, Moloch the crossbones, soulless jailhouse and congress of sorrows, Moloch whose buildings are judgment, Moloch the vast stone of war, Moloch the stunned governments, Moloch whose mind is pure machinery, Moloch whose blood is running money, Moloch whose fingers are 10 armies, Moloch whose breast is a cannibal dynamo, Moloch whose ear is a smoking tomb, Moloch whose eyes are 1,000 blind windows, Moloch whose skyscrapers stand in the long streets like endless Jehovah's, Moloch whose factories dream and croak in the fog, Moloch whose smokestacks and antennae crown the cities, Moloch whose law is endless oil and stone, Moloch whose soul is electricity and banks, Moloch whose poverty is the specter of genius, Moloch whose fate is a
I
cloud
snuck out
of
Lodi Doc was
sexless
pretty
hydrogen,
secure out of sight of me.
Moloch whose
Leading leasing
name
office.
is the
Final
mind.
PS.
Moloch.
We'll just call her when we're nearby. All right, Francis, we're nearby. Where do you want us to pick you
I
up?
dream angels. Crazy in Moloch. Cocksucker in Moloch. Lack love and manless in Moloch. Moloch who entered my soul early. Moloch in whom I am a consciousness without a body. Moloch who frightened me out of my natural ecstasy. Moloch whom I abandon. Wake up in Moloch, light streaming out of the sky. Moloch, Moloch, robot apartments, invisible suburbs, skeleton treasuries, blind capitals, demonic industries, spectral nations, invincible madhouses, granite cocks, monstrous bombs. They broke their backs lifting Moloch to heaven.
Look, an adult smoker smoking in their car. In front of me.
Lifting the city to heaven which exists
Smoking's not bad.
everywhere about us. Visions,
Seriously, the amount people smoke nowadays, it's like,
miracles,
it's minimal. Yeah.
It costs so much, like $1 a
down the
cigarette.
American
Seriously.
River, dreams, adorations,
It's like it becomes such a taboo. It's not like people do it all the time everywhere. They do it
sensitive
here,
bullshit.
In traffic.
when they like absolutely need it. Yeah.
I just remember Terry always having a
Over the
lot of
river,
harass about
flips
stuff
and
because I don't want to be
crucifixions,
that way.
gone
Dude,
down the
like,
flood, highs,
Like, let people be. I'm
epiphanies,
proclaimed to be a liberal, but
despairs,
attacking everyone
10
against
years, animals
I don't
screamed
attack.
and
I
suicide.
just observe.
Nuns,
They're-
new love,
judgment.
mad
Why does she think
generation.
this
You
is
kind
chill?
of attack them all. Let's face it. I mean, I was like, whatever. I was the only one who was like,
They saw
Okay.
it all.
Why is she saying
The
that?
wild
smoking's not bad because I'm a
It repeats if
scientist.
you
Like,
don't,
if people smoke 3 cigarettes a day at most,
Here, can I see the
and they smoke lights,
waving, carrying flowers.
that's
down
nothing.
I think another thing we found out
That's
was
like-
that lights are not light at all.
right. It's just a,
That's not true, actually. Statistically, it's better because they think honestly that how tobacco is cured influences its carcinogenic capability.
I thought they add
I'm
the
with you in Rockland where you've murdered your 12
Yeah, they add stuff, but
Look,
I'm with you in Rockland where you
that's not that big of a deal.
I'm with you in Rockland where you murdered your
I'm
12
with you in Rockland where
secretaries.
we are great writers
That's
on the
amazing. How'd you
same
get away with it?
dreadful
You didn't.
typewriter.
It's made up.
I'm with you in Rockland where your condition has become serious and is reported on the radio. I'm with you in Rockland where the faculties of
I
the
don't really
skull
like
no
Ginsburg,
longer
honestly,
get
because
the worms of the senses.
it's like
Is that one the one who's with Kerouac?
The tea of the breasts of the spinsters
Alan
of
Ginsberg, is
Utica.
that his name?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
with you in Rockland where
I've
you
never
put on the
appreciated
bodies of your nurses, the harpies of the Bronx.
I mean, he's okay,
I'm with you
but
in
it's like
Rockland
he
where
gets
you
a lot
scream in a
of
straitjacket
accolades
that
from
you're
like
losing the
poser
game of the
well, I mean, he
actual
honestly
ping
was
pong
just
of the
a
abyss.
fucking side bitch
I'm
to
with you in
Dylan.
Rockland
Like,
where you
seriously, a side bitch to Dylan.
The soul
Like,
innocent, empty,
so
and immortal.
what are we supposed to
Never
say to
die.
that?
Ungodly
I mean, he
and
went to
harmed.
Harvard.
Madhouse.
Oh, and then he taught
I'm
at
with you in Rockland where
Colorado.
50 more shocks will never
where all the
return your soul to its
beats
body again
He was just
from
a
its
PhD,
pilgrimage
right?
to a cross in the
At
void.
most in
I'm with
English.
you in
I
Rockland
mean, usually
where
get
you
English
accuse
PhD
your
at most,
doctors of
honorary.
insanity and plot
was
the
honorary?
Hebrew socialist
Maybe you
revolution
got it, but that's
against
not
the
much when
fascist
you're a
National
fucking poet. I mean,
Golgotha.
it's like, hey, can I see your work?
Split the heavens of Long
I'm
Island
gonna get an English
and
PhD just
resurrect
to
your
show
living
people
human
how easy it
Jesus
is.
from the superhuman tomb. I'm with you in Rockland where there are 25,000 mad comrades all together singing the final stanzas of the international.
Right? Exactly. So how is he? He's a nobody.
That's what we were
Kiss the
saying.
United
Nobody.
States under
Why
our
do people,
bed
like,
sheets. The United
act
States
like
that
he's
coughs
And
all
like
night
James
and
Franco
won't
being
sleep.
Ginsburg, like what was that all about?
The Franco was the type that
What
would like
movie was James Franco
Just
Ginsburg?
a pseudo
I
intellectual.
never liked the concept of the beat poets. I thought they were scruffy little douchebags, kind of like that Llewyn Davis.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
heard this and I love it.
Skinny Legion.
Well, you should hear my shit. Maybe I should make audio recordings of it.
Shock of mercy, the eternal
Well,
war
there was one
is
passage
here.
of On the Road that like kind of like made me mad.
We're free.
I read it to mom and like
In my dreams, you
Jack
walk
Kerouac's just like, I wish I wasn't white, I wish I was a nigger, I wish I was a Mexican, I wish I was a Japanese. And it's like, why? Because I don't like my white ambition is telling me what to do. And it's like, so.
Fuck that.
Holy, holy. The world is holy. The soul is holy.
Oh,
the skin
I've heard
is
this.
holy. The nose is holy.
Do you say this all the time, Dad? Like, the holy, 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 holy?
Everything
Well, it's
is
on the
holy.
mask, but
Everybody's holy. Everywhere is holy.
You just gotta
Every
remember
day
this part
is an
of the film.
eternity.
I remember
Every
this.
man's an angel.
By this point, you're so
The bones is
saturated.
holy as a seraphim. The madman's holy as you. My soul are holy.
Isn't this
It's like expensive in this town.
Yeah.
The voice is holy. The
Inside the
ears are
town, but
holy. The
you get
ecstasy
somewhere
is
out of-
holy.
Because there's some tax they don't
No,
want
I
to
think it's
pollute.
because they know they can do it. If you
We
need
are
gas right
pulling
here,
up to your
they know
apartment.
you're desperate.
Where do you want us to pick you up?
Cassidy, holy Sangha, holy the unknown bucket
What?
and suffering beggars, holy the hideous human
Okay.
angels.
She says pull in and immediately turn left.
Asylum. Holy the cocks of the grandfathers of Kansas.
We're on Willowwick.
Wait, this is not her apartment?
No, we're on Willowwick.
That's not your. We're on Willowwick. I thought I saw your apartment building, but apparently that's not it.
Pipes and drums. Holy the solitudes of skyscrapers and pavements. Holy the cafeterias filled with the millions. Holy the
I have
mysterious
such a
rivers of
headache.
tears under the streets. Holy
Yeah.
the lone juggernaut.
I don't know. We're
Holy
picking
the
you up.
vast
That's what
lamb
only
of the
orders I've
middle
heard.
class.
Oh yeah, what are we
Holy the
doing?
crazy shepherds
Oh,
of
we'll figure it out.
rebellion.
Let's go to the museum.
Los
Outside.
Angeles is Los
Aren't they
Angeles.
closing?
Holy New York,
Uh-huh.
holy San Francisco, holy Peoria and
Yeah,
Seattle,
they-
holy Boulder, holy Paris, holy Tangier, holy Moscow, holy Istanbul. Holy time and eternity,
Was that the
holy
end of the
eternity
sentence?
in time. Holy the clocks in space, holy the fourth dimension,
Yeah.
holy the fifth international, holy
Yeah.
the angel in Moloch,
She's that way,
holy
right off
the
Willowwick.
sea, holy the desert, holy the railroad, holy the locomotive, holy the visions.
We are just
holy
discussing
the
how we don't like
hallucinations, holy
the
the
poets.
miracles, holy the eyeball, holy the abyss, holy forgiveness, mercy, charity, faith, holy
Exactly what we said.
bodies,
I think
suffering, magnanimity, holy the supernatural,
So I just read On the Road.
intelligent, brilliant kindness
For school.
of the soul.
And there's a part where Jack Kerouac's like, I wish I was black. I wish I was a Mexican. I just don't want to be white. Don't make me be white. Yeah.
Well,
I know.
378 at this gas station. Two more than the others.